Alright everybody, welcome back. Today we're back on the Terraria Classic Mode journey. Me and Kingston here. We're finally entering the dungeon. One of the most necessary things that we need to do, at least for Kingston. I don't get any good loot from this place, but I'm still going to show you what goes around. Comes around. Now, if any of you know what the jungle is like, you run around, try to kill some mobs, and you do your best work to get the loot that you need. But if you're Kingston, you probably die at least once. Now, the dungeon can be one of the most hardest places to navigate with all the traps and the obstacles that you face while you're down here, but all in all, we pretty much get the loot that we need and get out as fast as possible. Now, the only thing I do get from this is the Spinal Tap, but I don't get that till later on in the run. Now, the next thing on my list is to get Hermes Boots, and one of the only ways you can get Hermes Boots is by getting down in mines and grabbing these yellow chests in these little houses, and they have a chance of having Hermes Boots in them. Unluckily for me, I found maybe 10, 11, and still didn't find any. And the best part about this entire thing is that I started to blame Kingston for the fact that he stole the only pair of Hermes Boots in the world, and as I'm sitting here searching for them, he's just fishing, wasting his time, and that time actually ended up working out in our favor as he got me the Water Runner Boots, which are the same thing. Now, of course, once I do get my boots, Kingston decides it's time to test my patience and thinks that it's a perfect opportune time to fight 7 Eyes of Cthulhu. Because what other way could we make money than by beating this guy over for all of his goods and needs for the rest of this time? I don't know what more to explain here. I think it's just straightforward. Beat this guy 7 times. Kingston wears me thin. And I don't want to play this game anymore. Not long after, we do end up beating all those Eyes of Cthulhu. When the morning hits, we are blessed with the wonderful slime that rain down on our entire world and destroy it with their disgusting goo. And in order to, fight the next boss, if you know what this means, we get King Slime. He is a boss that we didn't beat yet. Probably the easiest boss in the game, you'll see. But the only way you can do that is by killing like 500 some odd slimes. Now King Slime does spawn in, and like I said, we're basically way too overprepared for this. It's almost like taking candy from a baby, if some of you might know that saying. I honestly think it's worse. It's like taking candy from a baby, but also like beating up its parents right in front of it, and then proceeding to kick and push it out of its stroller. Now, the next boss on our list is one of the newer ones in the game. It is the Deer Clops. And surprisingly, this guy actually has a lot of health, and he wasn't so quick to be taken out. But all in all, it's not really that difficult of a challenge, just as before, taking candy from a baby, except the baby could actually fight back this time. I don't know what more to tell you about it. It's kind of a crazy thing, though. I actually do like this boss, though, however. I think it's actually a really cool addition, and I think you get some pretty interesting loot from it. But nothing too helpful for the rest of our game, so we just kind of beat it for the fun of it. And yeah, I get the achievements too. We pick up the loot, and that's about it. That's all it has in store for us. Now, as I said before, we do need to get the Spinal Whip, so we jump back into the dungeon, grab the last few bones that we need, and are able to go ahead and craft it. So that brings us to the final boss that we really have for the rest of hard mode, and that's the Wall of Flesh. So we dive down into the hell, and we try to not drop the guide voodoo doll into the lava, because that is what summons him. Now we can safely tell ourselves that it is time to fight one of the most scary bosses in the game. He's got his little grabby tentacles, probably used to touch all the little kids in the entire world. If he doesn't get to molest his kids, he'll probably be one of the most unhappy souls and end up murdering you too. I don't know how to really safely say this, but he does come at us with fierce rage and the utter ability to shoot lasers out of his eyes, one of the most dumbest things to ever give a floating wall of hell. The ability to shoot lasers is absolutely insane. But we continue to whip him as if he is our own, and bam, that's it. That's the boss. We reach up, grab some of the loot. We end up getting the mage emblem for Kingston, and I'm able to get the firecracker whip. And from this, we have another spawner, thanks to Kingston grabbing it. So we drop it in and proceed to fight him a second time. This time, we're able to kill him a lot quicker because I now have the firecracker whip, and Kingston's emblem does give him much more damage. And that's about it for the run. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you do enjoy, make sure to stay tuned, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.